side. I was supposed to jump to the right. I jumped to the left. Sorry. I won't screw up again. Yes, sir. Sorry. I did a small lowercase m. It was supposed to be an uppercase m. It's important to the piece. Sorry. I won't stop again, I swear. That was her fault. I was supposed to start. Sorry. Okay, that was the piece. I swear I didn't screw up after that. Thank you for not laughing. It's a really serious piece to me. I think that's the problem with dance sometimes, is that people don't get the piece until we explain it or it's written in your program. I think dance just sometimes isn't relatable. Like a musician can play something and their buddy's like, yeah, that was great, that was awesome. Comedian will tell jokes, immediate response, yes or no, they liked it. I, as a dancer, can't go up to a buddy and be like, hey, what'd you think of that? Is that funny? Did it make you laugh? Right? It's hard. It's just not relatable. So, I just want to explain to you guys how I made it. Maybe that'll make it more relatable for you guys. Really serious piece to me in little chunks. So, we'll start it off with, do you think that deaf people in Boston have a sign for the letter R, or do they just skip it? I think we should take out a step and just have a bagel that's already cream cheese flavored. Next time there's a solar eclipse, I'm going to sell regular sunglasses instead of those special ones. If it doesn't work, how's the guy going to find me? I really like making lists, but what I love is crossing things off the list. So now when I make a list, my first thing on it is make a list. I saw an ad the other day for McDonald's that the quarter pounder is getting bigger. Doesn't that mean they need to rename it? I don't have any tattoos, but I think I might get one on the back of my hand, of another hand. So I'm always giving myself a high five. Hey, do you guys think that W looks at the letter U and is like, I'm like, two of you. If someone lives in a nudist colony and they're afraid of public speaking, do you think that they just picture everybody with their clothes on? I'm really freaked out by close talkers, but I wonder if two of them meet, do they end up just kissing?
Fools rush in where angels fear to tread, and so I come to you, my love, my heart above my head. Though I see the danger there, if there's a chance for me, then I don't care. Fools rush in where wise men never go, but wise men never fall in love. So how are they to know? When we met, I felt my life begin. So open up your heart and let this fool rush in. Fools rush in where wise men never go, but wise men never fall in love. So how are they to know? When we met, I felt my life begin. So open up your heart and let this fool rush in. Just open up your heart and let this fool rush in. Well, open up your heart and let this fool rush in.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks, Tony and Kristen, for asking me to do this. I am a little confused because I thought it was decent pants, not decent dance. I had all kinds of jokes about pants, and I don't know what I'm going to do now. I had a killer joke about skinny jeans. Yeah. I'm not doing any mom jean jokes. I'm not an idiot. So I guess I gotta talk about dance. I don't know what I got to say about dance. So I'm taking this as like a mashup of dance and comedy. Is that what it is? Dance and comedy. Okay. Okay, so you're taking two great things and putting it together, and hopefully it comes out even more awesome, right?
Yeah.
Like peanut butter and chocolate. Yeah, okay, that's cool. And like, I don't know, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, they rule the world, right? Can we do that here? Can we take over the world of comedy and dance right here? World domination is my jam. Let's do it. Oh, you guys are so nice to come out tonight. And so I gotta like scan my mind about dance references. I do have one I thought about. I know Martha Graham. You heard Martha Graham? Martha Graham. She would have loved this. She loved. She was one of the founders, pioneers of modern dance, and but she was also one funny broad. She was hilarious. She had great jokes on pants. She knew about pants like nobody's business, Martha Graham. I guess I got to talk about what just happened over here, right? So I like the nose touching, and I like that Kristen was leading. You know, woman in charge, right? That's cool. Yeah, you can give it up for that. Right, Amber? Either that or Tony has no sense of direction. And I like that at the end they put a grand finale, and they put it at the end. Yeah. I like that they did the whole. They put their arms up, and they did a little armpit sniffing. I thought that was really suffering for your art. I think Martha would have been proud of that. All right. Are you ready for your, that's it for me. Are you ready for your next comic tonight? The microphone's all over New England. Welcome up to the stage, Patrick McKinstry.
Yeah, we rehearsed that. Oh yeah, you guys, what's going on? I'm not gonna pretend I memorized this stuff. I'm not that good. Let's see. Did anyone else feel like they kind of walked in on something they shouldn't have? It's a weird moment we all witnessed. That's what he was saying. What happens when two close talkers? That's the act right there. It's like when two bulls lock horns. They just talk at each other really close forever. So that's cool. Actually, so this dance is the retelling of a time when these two were stuck in a trap from the movie Saw. Have you seen that movie? They were forced to hold a toothpick up and get across the room or a bomb would explode. So I kind of like the movie Speed. Have you seen the movie Speed? Like that, but the complete opposite. They go as slow and meticulous as they could and really get across the way. So that was cool. Very romantic. Wish I could get that close to a human. But that's cool. Or maybe they were like locked in on like a staring eye contest, and then one of them got really thirsty. So like, just get into the room, but I'm not forfeiting, you know. Something like that. So that's cool. Let's see. And then their arms, yeah, you know, I think they just didn't know what to do with their arms. I think we've all been there. We don't always know what to do with our arms. Right? They're like, we gotta concentrate on our noses. We gotta do other things too. I'm just glad that there's finally a dance that I can do. You know, I've been waiting years for that. Now I can finally. I mean, I need a partner, or I'll just use my hand like usual, and that'll be the same thing. But yeah, I don't think it'll be. I'm pretty excited to see what other dances. So maybe I'll take off my shoes too. Do a little shuffle. And yeah, another thing. Well, maybe I'll mention that. Well, I'll probably mention it again. I didn't watch when they sent me these videos. I didn't watch them. I played my own music the whole time. So if the music's relevant to the dances, beats me, right? You guys were walking that slow, but it was to like the hardest screamo imaginable, which made it funnier for me at home. But more romantic here, I guess. There's probably more in-depth stuff. But yeah, okay, so that's all that is. So let's keep this shindig going, you guys. How about that? All right? I've been Patrick McKinstry.
just want to say, Patrick got links to the dance ahead of time. I just got links to like catalogs, like LL Bean and that other one, Land's End. I've been looking at pants all the last month. What the? Tony, you're killing me, Tony. Well, can we just address another controversial topic, another elephant in the room? Can we? All the posts, all the descriptions, all the Facegram posts they put out this week, there was an implication of at least partial nudity. Wasn't there? That's the reason we're all here. Maybe see at least a kneecap or something. Oh, these dancers. What are these dancers thinking? And I know what it is. I know it's Tony. It's Tony. Tony, he doesn't want me to tell you this, but he started a GoFundMe site called Fix My Dad Bod. Yeah. He's looking to hire a trainer. Subtitled, Make Me Shirtless Hugh Jackman. When I wrote that joke, I did some research. I Googled her shirtless Hugh Jackman. Amazing. That's a dad bod I'd like to have. Anyway, I could get it, but then my wife stumbled across my search history, and now she's sending me all these pictures of shirtless men, like Chris Evans and that other guy, Channing Tatum, and that other one, Zach. Yeah, Zach. The dude who bags groceries at Stop and Shop. Zach, I don't know. Zach's a nice shirtless body. But the dance was obvious, right? We all know what the dance was about, right? And by the way, Alexandria, she choreographed that dance, so give it up for Alexandria. Yeah. It was about a young woman who wanted to dance more than anything. But she was being held back by her personal relationships, by the dance community not thinking what she was doing was dance. Yeah, and by her job as a welder at a steel mill in Pittsburgh. She was being held back. And it was obvious that Tony was a steel mill. And I just want to say, Alexandra, you're a maniac. All right, let's bring our other comic up. Patrick McKinstry, everybody.
Yeah, it's so much more fun to spin than to be spun. It's more fun to be spun. Okay. I don't know why I walked this all the way over here for 2 minutes of dialogue. I don't know what you saw, Charlie. That's not the intro. First of all, way to go from like easy mode to hard mode in the dance. You went from no moves to all the moves. I had to interpret 400 different things all of a sudden. You're like, okay, here's dance 2. Everything we can do. Very impressive though. Like, wish I could pick someone up like that. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what you saw. What I saw was a story of 2 bank robbers who fell in love. And they met in a secret location. It was probably the beach, and then they demonstrated their strengths to, gain trust. And then they created the perfect plan, but then once inside, one of the thieves got greedy, as y'all saw, and they had a tussle. The non-greedy robber gets captured, and at first is like, I'm gonna plan revenge, but then realizes they actually miss the other robber, so finally they get out. and they reconnect and they realize the real treasure was their relationship the whole time. And then they continue robbing banks, and the vicious cycle continues. So, but then I heard, this is what I heard. I watched this before I saw lights and music. After I saw the music, I can't see me. I heard the music. I saw lights. I realized that that's all wrong. It was actually about a sea captain discovering their long lost love with the mermaid, and then at the end, obviously she won. Obviously she's, whatever mermaid, they kill your captain, so that's what happened. And yeah, I mean, pretty cut and dry, to be honest. But I was like, it really couldn't be anything else. I tried. You got it. That's it. Oh yeah, well that's it, you guys. All right, let's bring on the next one.
Is a window. My heart is a sigh. My heart can be closed or opened wide. Some days it's a puddle. Some days it's a stain. Some days it is cloudy and heavy with rain. Some days it is tiny. Tiny can grow, and grow, and grow. There are days it's a fence between me and the world. There are days it's a whisper that can barely be heard. There are days it is broken, but broken can mend, and a heart that is closed can still open again. Heart is my shadow, my light and my guide. closed or open, I get to decide.
Alexa, play the Beatles and similar artists on Amazon Music.
Sure. Here's some similar music, featuring songs by the Beatles and others.
Oh, this is a good one. Alexa, turn it up. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let me. Like it when Mama sings to you? She's standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Good job. Yeah. Can you take another big bite? Thank you. There will be an answer. Little more. You got a lot more actually. Decent enough. Come on, you're crying for it. Good job. Nico. Focus. Come on, bud. No. You're gonna hold the spoon? My heart is a window. My heart is a slide. My heart can be closed or open like wine. Some days it's a puddle. Some days it's a stain. Some days it is cloudy and heavy with rain. Some days it is tiny, but tiny can grow and grow and grow.
There are days it's a fence between me and the world. There are days it's a whisper that can barely be heard. There are days it is broken, but broken can mend. And a heart that is closed can still open again. My heart is my shadow, my light, and my guide. Closed or open, I get to decide. He's not hurt. You got dried milk on your face.
Ha ha ha!
That one was moving. Now I feel like a silly little clown. What am I going to say about that one? Better than Australian breakdancing, don't you think? Ooh, that one really touched me. Yeah, one plus one makes 3. Obvious what it's about, right? How things don't add up in this world. The existential crisis of daily living on this rock we call Earth. Or Tony has a math issue. I think Tony's working on his trauma up here from first grade math class. That's what he's doing. But quite moving. Obviously, it's about cute little baby Nico. Baby Nico was in the back crying his approval. I think baby Nico likes the Beatles better than he likes Rafi. That's some PTSD stuff for me. I remember driving 11 hours to Canada and hearing Rafi over and over. I can't get that song out of my head, but we'll have to move on from that. Oh, math trauma. Well, good for them for including their child in their act, right? Good for them for bringing their kid into the dance world with no hope of income in the future. Good for them. Good for them. And the dance was really cool. It can only have been choreographed and put together by new parents. You know, the chaos of a child crying, those sleepless nights, those foggy days. Yeah. And that rolling around on the floor, that's dance code for making another baby. You think? I don't have to tell you, there was no nudity in that. So I think Patrick and I are gonna have to close the show with something. But, and it won't be pretty. At least I've seen Patrick naked and it's not pretty. So yeah. But that was a good one. So I think Martha would approve for that one, and let's bring up Patrick and see what he's got to say about bank robbers and sea captains. Thanks, everybody.
We're giving them around, you guys. Actually, we're just in line. I'll spin you all quick time. Oh, that's been distracting me. I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, well, anyways, this one was titled 1 + 1 = 3. It was actually titled, We Couldn't Find a Babysitter, Do You Think Anyone Will Notice? Obviously, it's about them bringing their ball and chain around to the dance recitals. I think this is actually the result of the first 2 dances. It's just been a build-up to, you do the first 2 things, and then you have a thing and a thing. So the moral of the story is babies will drag you down. Okay. I love the baby. When they asked me to do this, I thought I was going to be like telling me how to do the cha-cha slide or something, like deciphering the Dougie or something like that. I had no idea that it was going to be all unique. Not to music, dancing. Also, another one I didn't listen to music to any of these. This one, probably the most important one to do, so would never expected there to be audio commentary for the whole thing, which is cool. Obviously, the baby didn't approve of some of their lines. Like, that is not the revision I agreed on. But, he's trying to ad-lib off off to the side, which is cool. But that was cool. I think at one point, Tony wished for boobs. I think there was some point in the dance where he wished he had boobs, and he ignored a choking baby at another point, I think. I think those are just literal things that happen, maybe not. Also, you said they were no sponsors, but we were clearly sponsored by Amazon, so I think that's, and then near the end there, they did the whole, they were just showing off, carrying each other back and forth. It's not even dancing, that's just what we all wish we could do to our loved ones. I mean, maybe some of you can, but I don't have anyone to do that. So. This whole thing has just been about me being alone. I don't know how I did that. And then at the very end they did that, well, Charlie brought it up, they did the classic duck and roll maneuver. That's how you escape children when they're crying. You put them in the thing and you get out of their eyesight and you roll as far as you can. And then pretend they don't exist until they're like 18 or something. That's what my parents did, I don't know about everyone else's, but yeah, that was a really long one. They sent me those videos. I don't have the attention span. I didn't watch most of that video they sent me. I watched that whole thing with you the whole time, first time today. I mean, bits and pieces, even then, bits and pieces, I was just like, I get just so distracted. I don't know how you guys even remember all those moves, let alone do them. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah. I think that's it. Maybe I'll get into dancing, so less talking. Seems pretty good. I like how you were also like, I'm going to include a little, you both were like, I'm going to include a little audio of my own too, just a little poetry and some, that part wasn't funny. I just like that you guys talked also. Alright, well that's that. That was that. And thanks you guys. Keep it going for Charlie too. He's amazing. And keep it going for yourself and get some good this home dinner together, right?
I'm number two. That means I can beat the traffic out of here early. I'm so excited. Oh. I'm so excited, but thanks for doing this, Kristen and Tony. This has been a great night. This has been weird for me, and maybe a little weird for you, but I'm kind of into it now. I think we're going to take over the world doing this stuff. Yeah, but thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out to Cambridge, for enjoying, supporting the arts, and because it's been a rough couple of weeks, hasn't it? Yeah. I'm not talking about daylight savings time either. Although I was an hour early for this, so good for that. Talking about the election. Ooh. Yeah, the election. And I don't care how you voted, but it was tough. It was a tough election, and but we're here tonight. You came out to see something different and laugh. So good for you. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out. And it's weird because I never thought that an old mill in Cambridge, in the industrial part of Cambridge, would be my safe space. But it is. I feel safe with you all. Safe enough to make stupid jokes about it. But I've been around. I've been doing comedy for a couple of years. I'm a little older than most of the comics. And I started about 2.5 years ago, and people always come up to me and say, Charlie, why did you start doing comedy at your age? And for years, friends and family would come up to me and say, Charlie, you're funny. Charlie, you're funny. So I started doing stand-up comedy. And now they come up to me and say, Charlie, we didn't mean funny. We mean get some help funny. Stay out of school zone funny. Stop making Star Wars figures out of toenail clippings funny. Oh, people from Cambridge get that joke. Oh yeah, so I'm funny. But I am, I'm a little older than a lot of the comics comics out there, and a lot of the comics, like Tony said it tonight, they call me Dad or Uncle Charlie, and it's a sign of affection, so I accept it. But not the women, not the female comics. No, they just avoid eye contact. Yeah, ooh. Yeah, but I did. I turned 61 a couple months ago, and I'm at that age where, can I still call myself middle-aged anymore? I don't know. So I went out and asked a boomer, and yeah, I asked a boomer, like, when do you go from middle-aged to old? And this guy said, well, you're only as old as you feel. And so I said, oh, that's good. So I asked a millennial, and they said, well, age is just a number. Ooh, that's good. So I asked a Gen Zer, and they said, why are you talking to me, old person? So old. Or Boomer Light. I like Boomer Light. I think I'm going to rebrand that. So feel free to social media that term if you'd like. But there's a lot out there being an older person in the comedy scene. A lot of stuff I don't get. Like these words come up all the time. These new words get invented. These new terms. Like, have you heard this word Riz? Yeah, somebody know what it is? Oh, I hate you people. It's Riz. It's short for charisma, and you're supposed to say, "I'm gonna Riz you up." It means flirting, right? But I misheard it. I thought they said jizz. Ugh, yeah. And I didn't know what that meant either. So I looked that up. And y'all doing some crazy ass flirting these days. You gotta calm down, people. Oh boy. It's I've been around for a while. And like, for instance, I had a flashback to the 80s, like, because the CDC just announced they're releasing free COVID tests again, which brings me right back to the 80s. You know, hanging out in the bathroom, sticking up something up your nose, and anxiously waiting for a second line to show up. Right back to the 80s. Oh boy. And then also hear things about, like, the Spirit Halloween. You know Spirit Halloween?
Yeah.
Those stores that pop up at Halloween, they just announced they're going to stay open through Thanksgiving. They're rebranding as Spirit Thanksgiving. Yeah. For your special holiday meal, you can swing by and pick up a sexy pilgrim suit. Nice pants, by the way. Or maybe that toddler-sized turkey outfit. Juicy. Or this costume, the drunk racist uncle that comes over at Thanksgiving and decides to educate you costume. Pretty much what I'm wearing now. So you could get that costume. I'll leave you with some final thoughts. And I don't resent you that you didn't vote for me, although I did see who put in blue chips, so I will be meeting you in the parking lot later. But I'll leave you with this final thought. Comics, we do a lot of jokes about sex. A lot of sex jokes. And it's like sex is always, too much or too little. It's too hot or too cold. It's too hard or too soft. It's like we have a Goldilocks thing going on. And as I've learned, if you use Goldilocks in a joke about sex, you're labeled as a pedophile. All right, I'll leave you with that ooey one. I'm Charlie Arsenal. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Right, we did it. The real winner is you guys, right? The real winner is that baby with such cool parents. I wish I had 2 parents that chased a dream instead of alcohol. This is why I was blue, because I'm just a really sad person. That's why my color was blue. Okay. Charlie wrote that joke, so. Oh, I threw him under the bus. I'm sorry, Charlie. Is he still here? I thought maybe he left by now. I'm joking. Sure, that was great. Yeah, this is cool. I feel like I have so much. I could just like walk back here and stuff. That's cool. I don't know where the camera cuts off. It doesn't matter, I guess. But yeah. Just never had so much room for activities, you know, Step Brothers. Okay, but all right. Let's think. There's no children here, right? I think we might get a little filthy now. You guys want a dark joke? Let me tell you a quick dark joke. What did one black hole say to the other black hole? You suck. Oh my gosh, so dark. The absence of light talking shit. Oh my god. The darkest. Okay. I'm pretty upset that Hitler ruined that mustache. Like we can't get more people with that mustache now. I grow the opposite of a Hitler mustache. I can't grow the middle, so like if I were to make out with Hitler, or my mustaches would connect like a puzzle piece. It'd be like Tetris, but the mustache would just fall off. And that's how I cure Nazism, but they haven't invented a time machine, so. And I can't practice because he ruined it, so it's really just alright, these are my dark jokes. Let me Alright, that was for the mind readers. I just wanted to see. I just like to make sure. I'm not actually a comic, I'm just here to hunt down the one freak and sell him to the government, so that's what I'm here to do. No, I'm joking. No, I'm really not a comic though. I just escaped a saw trap from earlier, and now I'm here. This is part 2, so it'll be crazy. But no, I'm not. Comedian. I'm actually one of you from the future. Oh, okay. How weird can I get? Okay. Yeah, so I drove here from Connecticut, which is pretty cool. Blew a stop sign on the way here. I mean, technically he was a crossing guard, but boy, would he not yield. Like, are you coming or going, ladies? Am I right? Would not stop. Yeah, but I was driving here, and this was in Connecticut. There was this tunnel called the Heroes Tunnel. I don't know if you've heard of that, or it doesn't matter, but it was very upsetting because I got to the other end and it was just more road, right? It wasn't a secret layer. You know what I mean? Like, you see the word Heroes Tunnel and you're like, this is going to be something. And I mean, I should have known when it was out in the open, right? Obviously, it wasn't going to, but I fell for it. And pretty upsetting. Also, maybe Heroes Tunnel is like another word for anal, maybe? Is that? Not like recent times, like you go back to like the old Western brothels and it's like 3 nickels for up the river, 1 gold doubloon for the Heroes Tunnel, man. There was none of that either, but very boring tunnel. But yeah, I drove through that. And then I saw this van on the way and it said school children on board. Have you seen these? School children on board, which is, I feel, pretty wordy. Like, aren't all children school children, right? It's a lot of words. Like, who's charging by the letter down to the old sign shop, you know? Like, that's, could have just said children on board, you know, we get it. Is that like for a safety thing, though? Is that so I don't run into that van? You think that that's gonna keep you safe? Like, also, like, what about schooling adults? They don't get a cool sign and a special vehicle. They didn't graduate on time, just good luck. It's pretty messed up. But also, yeah, but school children, I feel like that's the only type of children, other than like maybe missing children. That's the only other type. And obviously if the sign said missing children on board, then yes, I would go out of my way not to hit them. You know, they've been through enough. They've at least been missing, so. The school children, it's learning time, you know? You're gonna figure it out. You see kind of like you see one of those fresh baby on board stickers, you know, you give them the safety bubble, it's fresh. There's a fresh baby in there. But when it starts to fade, you can hit them again. That means they've developed that neck strength, y'all. I mean, they can handle a baby bump. Well, they've grown up, so it'll be a minor collision, but they can handle it. So yeah, I was driving here, which is pretty cool. Tell some jokes really quick. I was out back behind this Domino's making out with a human the other day, and things were going good. They were smooth, running, sliding into first base. Well, we can't slide. We were running really fast past first. We were using tongue, is what sports analogies. But we were doing good, and then they started doing this weird thing. They were kissing around the side of my face and put my whole ear in their mouth. That's the kind of noise I made. I was like, ooh. Did not expect that. I was like, oh, I did not, was not a fan. But like I said, the momentum was good. I didn't want to lose it. So I was like, well, when in Rome, I'll just do it right back. So I went downtown. Well, I guess it'd be around the corner. I went around the corner. And I was making my way. And then I was like, oh, maybe I can show a couple moves, right? There were a few little ABCs on the old earlobe, right? Because as we know, the earlobe is cousins to the devil's doorbell, right? Or a doorknob, depending on your taste and genitalia. But so I was like, I'll flick it around a little bit. And before I could even get there, I get the ear in my mouth, and I realize that ears have that same texture as calamari. Are we aware of the? Not even like the good calamari, like you show up, this is like you show up to the last 30 minutes of the buffet, like you're scraping the tin with like that really long metal spoon. It's like crispy and moist, but you get what you pay for, like that kind of calamari. And like I have gauges, I can only imagine what kind of like formaldehyde cheese she was, sucking in. So like, it wasn't fun for either of them. I was like, well, maybe I'll make it silly. I had some marinara sauce left over, and I offered it as like a reprieve or whatever. But I didn't say any of that calamari stuff out loud. So we went from like her mouth around my ear to like, hey, try this sauce. Sometimes makes a great marinara. Have you? She didn't like that. So much so that they left. They got out of my car, which is crazy because I drove them there. So I don't know how they called an Uber, which is nuts. Because they started the whole thing. I was just trying to make it taste better. I don't see how I became. But it turns out that prior to that, a couple weeks before that, her whole family had actually fallen into a giant pot of boiling marinara sauce and died. All of them. The whole, mom, dad, grandparents. It was a big family trip, and they all just toppled in. So understandably so, she was upset. I mean, she didn't mention it. It wasn't like in her Tinder bio or whatever. Like, how was I supposed to? Yeah, some people don't like that supervillain ending. Until I tell them the cops showed up and she was the #1 suspect. They caught her red-handed. The sauce. All right, okay. It's getting a little chilly. Last week it was still kind of warm, so I went out I try to go out and enjoy the weather. I try to get little summer treats and stuff, but I'm lactose intolerant, so I stay with an ice cream. I went out and I got some shaved ice. Anyone fuck with the shaved ice, those scrambled ice from the syrup? Hell yeah. Went out and got myself some, and you're not going to believe it, I still got a hair in my mouth. Right? They said it was shaved farm. Like, shaved ice, rather. Sorry. That was a future punchline, everyone, but that's okay. Yeah, shaved. Where can I go anywhere? All right. Reminded me of this one time where I went out to treat myself to some pasta dinner, and then, like I said, I'm lactose intolerant, but I was off the next day, so the cheese guy came over, and he's like, tell me when to stop, and I'm like, I never stop. So finally he leaves, and I'm eating it, and I already ruined it, but you're not going to believe what happened. I still got a hair in my mouth. Shaved parm, like I said earlier. Oh my God. It's insane. No, I do have weird, bad luck with finding hair. It's happened since I was like a child, finding hair in my food. Like one time I was with my dad, we were out and getting a sandwich together. We each got a sandwich. We weren't like Lady and the Tramping, one sandwich. Worded that weird. We each had a sandwich. We both went out and got a sandwich together individually, and we were enjoying. And then I took a bite and I got a hair in my food. And then he looked over and he was like, I hope it's not a short and curly hair. And some of you were already ahead of me. I had no idea what he was was talking about. I was very young. But then I grew up to realize my dad doesn't like Jews. Isn't that crazy? Like a blonde hair would have made the sandwich taste. I don't understand his logic. He blocked me on Instagram, so I can't even ask him now. That's why I dyed my hair blonde, hoping to win back his love. So. One day, that's right, I brought it back. It's sad again. Oh yeah, all right. Oh man. I've been collecting wedding-themed shot glasses. I've never been to a wedding. No one will invite me to weddings, but I just go to Goodwill and find them there. Because I like to think that once they end up at Goodwill, it's because the wedding didn't last anymore, right? So now it's more like a tombstone. And I essentially have like a whole graveyard now in my cabinet, just for inspiration. You know, I wake up every morning like, love isn't real, and then I go about my day. So that's been pretty nice. Keeps me grounded. I'll never have a cool dance partner, I guess, but comedy's a solo career, so. Oh well, I guess. Anyways, that was sad too. I need to stop being so sad. Should have made me the yellow chip. So yeah, some people don't collect things for their intended purposes. I have my shot glasses. I like to believe that somewhere out there, someone, you know, middle of the woods, has never mailbox, but somehow he's just obtained a bunch of glitter openers. But he doesn't even know what that is. He just thinks that they're just like fancy butter knives, you know? And he's like, man, I just love spreading jelly. And like he has a friend come over and he's like, no, these are for letters. And he's like, well, I don't get any letters. I just love making toast. You know, that's just a regular back and forth. If you're curious, if you want to hear more, I'm writing a book about that called I Can't Believe It's Not a Butter Knife. Okay, but if you're interested. I don't know. I used to be in the Navy. Believe it or not, that's a pretty, most people don't believe that. They think this is just a joke. I was, but I don't have any semen jokes, so calm down. I do have a couple about cum. Alright, I usually wave. There's not enough whoas, I don't say them. Never mind, we're moving on. No cum jokes, okay. Jizz was okay, but that was the line. I think Charlie got the jizz out and was like, alright, oh, that sounded weird too. Charlie did not get any jizz out. I mean, maybe he did. He was pretty red-faced. No, I don't know. I also used to ride a unicycle, which is more believable. Most people are like, I see that, yeah. Which is another thing. And people would always come to me with like a joke already kind of locked in. When they see me with the unicycle, they'd be like, oh, was that half off at the bike store? And I get it, right? You know, it's one wheel. You know, it doesn't have handlebars. Mine didn't have a seat. So, which made for a better grip, believe it or not. Tight sphincter joke. I guess that made me a bicycle, okay. But, man, these are ridiculous. I've been doing some arts and crafts. I got myself this big old tub of glue recently. And don't clap or anything. I don't know why I expected some people to clap, like, yeah, glue! But anyways, so I did, I got it, but on the side of it, it said cruelty-free, which, whatever, it's fine. You don't know what kind of promiscuous pranks I'm about to do, though, you know? Promiscuous, actually, that kind of sounds sexual. I'm not going to have sex with the glue. Obviously, I mean, I know better. I'm not going to stick any body part into the glue with enough, it's an adhesive, right? I'm not going to stick any body part into the glue with enough speed and friction that it causes like a hard casing to form around it, but not fast enough before it seals the head shut. So now I have to pour nail polish remover all over it. So I have to explain this tale of arts and crafts to the front desk nurse lady at the ER. Okay, I know better. I mean, fool me once. You know, shame on glue, but I'm not gonna. Also, you know, checking out the glue. Talk about beating a dead horse, am I right? That was just glue. That would be. I'm gonna leave you with this fun Boston fact. You guys, I rarely get to say this in Boston, so it's exciting when I get to see it. Have you guys heard of the Great Boston Molasses Flood? Yeah, all right. Some of you were it was a tragedy, too excited, but that's good. Some are like, hell yeah, fuck that. But, yeah, but it's cool. I don't know about I've never been here long enough to see if it smells like syrup. Usually it just smells like hobos. But yeah, it's cool. Like, if you can't tell, if you didn't know, just from the title, right, it was a flood, but it was made of molasses in Boston, and then some people were like, great, I don't know what that part, but, so that's it. But what I like about it was first, obviously it was molasses, it wasn't water, right? So you didn't have to really run, you kind of jog, you know, like there's your French toast stick behind you, like a snack on the go, inspired the marathon or whatever. But it was a tragedy, like we mentioned. Some people somehow got captured and died. Shouldn't laugh at that part. Some people did get captured for like the mosquito in Jurassic Park, you know, on that old man's cane, just 50 bucks down the end. It's just like. But what I think was cool was, well, not cool, but cute. I don't know. What I liked about it was after they gathered the numbers and everything, only 3 people were molested. All right, you guys, that's been my bittersweet day. Have a great night, and thank you so much.